Good morning, everybody. Good morning. This is probably the most I've ever said good morning in my life. That by doing these videos, I typically never say good morning. Funny story, when I was going to grad school in Idaho, there was this roommate I had who got up really early and I was 30 years old when I went to grad school, and there's this roommate I had who was also a grad student, but he was in grad school directly out of undergrad, so he was like 23 years old, 22 years old maybe even, so 22, 23, and every day in the morning I saw him in the kitchen. He was up, of course. I got up around 8 o'clock back then, so not too late, but still a little later, and he was always there, and he was always eating in the kitchen. And when he would see me, he would just like look at me, and he'd like be like chewing food all the time. I don't know if this is all the time. This is just how I remember it. And he would look at me and he'd be like, "Good morning, Jason." And that always that always drove me crazy. Saying good morning felt very traditional and very and I was very anti-tradition, especially at the time, and I still believe I somewhat am anti-tradition. And to get into that is a whole other thing. That's probably why I call this site iconoclast writing. It's for kind of freaks and people who are outsiders or see themselves as such. But again, I don't like putting myself in any labels or anything like that. But it's already 2 minutes in, so I'm going to get started here. This pen, now, for the third day in a row, there's no ink left in here. This should all be full of ink. There's nothing. So I'm hoping today's the day. Or maybe not. I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's definitely getting lighter. Looking at my last pages from yesterday and the other day, the ink is definitely like not as dark as the other pages. So I used to get upset when I would lose pens. Now I'm ready to throw it away, and just shows change and evolution of being a human being. Some days, when I was younger, I'd feel a connection to a pen. I'd form an attachment to it, and if I lost it or something happened to it, I'd be very upset. And now, through essentially blowing my brain out with doing plant medicines and various psychedelics to get over that stuff, now I don't care. Now I want to throw it away before it's done. Well, not exactly. I don't want to do that, but I'm ready to let this pen go. I'm ready to say goodbye to it and bid whatever, say goodbye to it, bid each other farewell. Today is the 12th, and here we go. Let the fun begin. Okay, the ink is fading. Page 1, page 2, page 3. The ink is fading around the top of page 3. I thought it was going to be it for this pen, but it kept on going. It doesn't want to leave me, so I accept it. I will keep it here for another. I'm not going to throw it away as prematurely or anything like that. I'm not an animal. I am with other things, but I'm not going to throw away a pen that's not finished. Today was a good day. I was able to explore one topic rather than flying all around the place. Um, I'm writing a sketch comedy writing book with a teacher of mine from the second city, and yesterday she mentioned some stuff with she mentioned some stuff about like my parents. She was just asking like what I was doing. My beard, I trimmed my beard again, if you all can't notice. And it actually looks better that I trimmed it. There were things that I was thinking about trimming it, because the last time trimming a beard is just, it's a difficult thing. It's just, I don't know, it takes time. But anyways, there were things that I didn't like about it, how I had it. Like it was too poofy up top a little bit. So anyways, I trimmed it, and I wanted to trim it so it didn't look that much differently, but I wanted to do it in a way that it grew out even. And then I don't know, she was asking me about my beard and my hair and like what I was doing, and a lot of that stuff really sent me into like a spiral. She also was saying something about that I was sensitive. It was just a lot of things that are triggers for me, and I'm now that I know about triggers and I'm learning more about them, you know, they're things that they when they come up, they really hurt, and there's really nothing, I don't know, at least now for me, that I could really do to just hear whatever is heard and then just like push it aside. Like I hear it and then I like go down. It's like then it's like the spiral begins. The spiral into like oblivion, essentially. But thankfully, I'm able to catch these things now and recognize them and understand what's happening. And last night, I was really struggling because there's nothing you could really do. I mean, once they get activated, they're activated. And I was able to do a meditation session that really helped me. And I was like really having a really powerful meditation with this music that I listened to. And I was like crying, so like emotions were moving through me. I was yawning a lot, just feeling a lot, and having really intense processing things that were going on in my head. So, or that's what it felt like, and that felt nice, and I really felt like I needed that. And then today, I just wrote about it, and I had the morning pages to be there for me, to listen to me when I needed to talk through all this sort of stuff. And I was able to dive deeper and deeper and deeper and I'm trying to essentially get to the root cause of all this, essentially, or the root of the trigger, like where's the core of it all, and to not, and just to understand it more. And then by understanding it more, I could then react differently, and I could just go about how, when it does come up, how to move through it in a way that's better for everyone. So that's essentially what I was doing today. A lot of this, it's just, yeah, I mean, like I keep saying, I feel like I'm so repetitive now. It really seems to be allowing me to see myself and know myself better. And by doing that, and also by actually doing the physical act of writing and not being afraid of it, it's really has a lot of benefits. So yeah, that's day 23. It's Michael Jordan's number. I wanted to mention that I'm from Illinois, and I was really into the Chicago Bulls when I was a kid. It was during the Jordan era. It was like the best era of basketball, or it's just because it reminds me of being a kid. But I just love that era, and I've been watching old basketball games for since last year, and I just love Michael Jordan. And I mean, say what you want about him, but I mean, that guy just came down from the stars and it's just like, I'm gonna come out here and become the best basketball player I could be and just own this court, just dominate it. So and just watching him, and just, I don't know, it was really like profound and powerful, and just a guy who's just he just does it, just gets up, does the work. So I wonder if he's doing morning pages. Maybe that's his secret. Maybe he does the morning pages, and that led to his 6 NBA championships. No, I don't think he is. I think he's just smoking cigars now and playing golf. Maybe that's what his trick was back then. I don't know, but that's it. day 23 in the books. That's officially a week left. So 7 days from now, this will be done. The videos will be done, but the pages will continue on. So, all right. See y'all later. Have a good one.